Hello again. Oh, it's chilly, so I thought I'd put the coat on. Right then, so this one is about the mint. It's the one I've been talking about doing for some time, and it was in response to actually somebody's email. Somebody sent me a really nice email, and that was Mo, and thank you very much, Mo. I appreciate that. He sent us a really nice email, and he said, with regards to the offer you've just put on, he said, I don't want the offer. I don't want any money back. He said, I'll tell you what you can do. He said, you can put the 20 odd quid towards your, and I'll be the first investor in this in when you sue the Royal Mint. And it was just to finish off of a really nice email, and it was thanking us for what we do and the information that he gets and various bits and pieces. It's one of those emails that sort of gets you a little bit choked, you know, and really nice to get. You know, we do get sometimes we get some unpleasant stuff, but that's all stopped now. Beg pardon, that's all stopped now. So, but you know, that was brilliant. So anyway, that made me decide. Okay, yes, I'm going to do this. But I had to think about it, and it's really important to stress and say that we feel as a team, all of us, not just me, all of us feel, we've had a good discussion about this, and we feel that it would be wrong for us to take investment money, what I would call normal investment money, where with the investment listing, where people, investors have invested in us, and you know, the yearly payouts and that kind of thing. And we feel that it would be wrong for us to take any of that investment money, a single pound of it, and put it towards suing the mint, because that's not what people have given us the investment for. When somebody's invested in us, on the one hand you could say, well, they don't care what you do with it as long as they get a payout. Well, yeah, to a certain degree I guess that's true, but still, if I was an investor, I might think, well, that's a bit wrong. I didn't invest money in their business for them to go and sue the mint. So, right or wrongly, we've decided that not a penny of investment money will be used to take action against the mint. Now, I don't think that it will take its full course. I don't think the mint will allow it to go to court, because I really think we've got them banked to rights on the unfair business practices. So, excuse me. So we think that, I think especially, that it won't do its full course. Will take legal action, and they will settle long before it gets to court. I think if it gets to court, they will be too publicly embarrassed, A, at the media attention, and B, at what the payout would be, because then it would all be public knowledge and so on, and in the public domain. Whereas if they settle out of court, then they'll no doubt tie us to certain agreements where we won't be allowed to talk about this and we won't be allowed to talk about that, and one thing and another. And this might be the last time I can talk about it, because once we instruct a solicitor, that's it, probably. We probably won't be allowed to talk about it until after the court case. And even then, there are some things we won't be allowed to talk about, I imagine, going by what we see on the news all the time. Anyway, I digress. So, we're not going to use the investment money. Whoops, that's the wind blowing my cover, beg pardon. So what we're going to do is, I've put up a separate listing, and just a second, sorry about that, I needed to blow my nose. I didn't think you wanted me to do it on camera. Right, so I've put up a separate listing. Now, this is the deal. First of all, you've got to back us. If you don't back us, then that tells me that I'm just, I don't know, spatting a load of old sour grapes, maybe. You know, I could end up making myself look really stupid. But then again, I have made myself look daft in front of you a few times. So, what's one more? If I look daft, I look daft. This is what I figure. If you back it, we take legal action, we take him to court. If you don't back it, then that's you telling me loud and clear, no. And perhaps, you know, it's a bit sour grapes, and perhaps I need to get more creative on how we compete and deal with them and so on. But if you think that actually this is something you want to get involved in, then that will tell me loud and clear that I'm right in what I'm saying. So why do I want to sue them? Well, I'll try and give this as quick as I can, but when I first went to them, they promised that they would deal with us, and then 6 months later we're still waiting. They promised that they would put us with one of their UK distributors, and they didn't. They put us with one in the Netherlands. And I say this so many times, but it really does annoy me, that basically we buy a packaged coin. Well, it's all packaged what we buy off them. It's all proper stuff. We don't get loose coin or anything like that off them. It's all proper packaged stuff from every mint in the world. And so we'll buy a packaged coin from the Royal Mint. They order it from the Royal Mint. It goes from the Royal Mint to the airport, gets on a plane, goes over to the Netherlands, where it's unboxed, repackaged, put back in other boxes, sent to the airport, where it gets to us in Weymouth, in England, Dorset. And then if I sell that coin to somebody abroad, that coin has to get on its way to another airport, and it goes on another plane. The carbon footprint on that is ridiculous. And when you look at the costs involved, sometimes you have to look at the item and go, is it worth it? You know, because the amount of money that's got spent on that one item, if you break down the airfares and the petrol and the this and the that and the deliveries and all the rest of it, it's astronomical. So I wonder there's any money in the bloody coin. Anyway, Change Checker, which is Westminster Collection, which is both owned by 288group.com, they're just like 30 miles away. They're down in Poole, and they're really close to me. And all my stuff, I was born here. I was born in England, and I'm not allowed to buy off the Royal Mint direct, but they are, and they are the Mint's official distributors. Now, when you look, they advertise that they're the Mint's official distributors, and when you look up the definition of the word distributor, a distributor is a middleman between the manufacturer and a wholesaler. The distributor is the person that, for example, if you had a business like the Royal Mint and you wanted to sell to loads of wholesalers all over the place, but you ain't got time to deal with all of that, then you deal with one distributor, and that distributor will deal with all the wholesalers for you. And that distributor obviously makes money and makes a profit. So you sell to the distributor sells to the wholesalers, and then the wholesalers then sell to the other dealers, the retailers and so on, and out it goes to the public. That's how distributorship works. But they've changed that. It doesn't work like that for them. What they are is they are the if you want to call it that, they're the Royal Mint's authorised official retailer, is what they are, because the Mint wholesales to them and they retail. So they're retailers, they're not wholesalers. So unless they actually sell to wholesalers who buy off them in bulk, they're not distributors, they're retailers. I've had this argument with 288 Group themselves, who have emailed me and told me that they're not distributors. They're not distributors and they don't supply wholesale. But they advertise the fact that they are the Royal Mint's official authorised distributors. And in a phone call I had with the Royal Mint agreed that the name is wrong. They agreed that they're not distributors, and they agreed that they're retailers and no more. And they said that they would take that on board. It's the one thing that they would take on board out of the conversation, and they would change straight away. It's not changed. So, and we're not allowed to buy off the Royal Mint direct, because apparently you've got to have good conduct, and our conduct doesn't tick the boxes. And so I said to the Royal Mint, well, what about the conduct of your official people then? Because, you know, they advertise mintages that are not real. They advertise false mintages. They'll advertise one mintage on Change Checker and another on Westminster, and it'll be completely different to what the mintage is. They advertise coins as rare when they're not rare. And all this sort of stuff. So, and loads of other bits and pieces. There's no point me listing it. I mean, I have genuine complaints, and with the Mint over them, and so on. So, the other complaint is that they're allowed to buy coins loose. So they buy literally a loose coin, whatever that coin might be, 50p or £2 or whatever, and it's loose. It's encapsulated in plastic, but just a little bit of plastic. It's loose. It's not packaged, and so they buy them cheaper, and they can sell them cheaper. and no one else in the world is allowed to buy those coins at that price. No one. So that's preferential treatment, serious preferential treatment. We have to buy the package coin, the full package coin, from our suppliers in the Netherlands. I've asked and tried to buy the coins loose so I can bring them to you and then compete with Change Checker's price, because I'll sell them cheaper than them if I buy them at the same price. But I can't, I'm not allowed to. And I think that's a bit discriminatory and a bit preferential, so I'm sort of up in arms about that a bit. And I think this makes a huge difference to me, because it means they own the marketplace. They literally own that marketplace. And therefore the price is fixed, and it's fixed forever, because the price is whatever Change Checker or Westminster say it is. That's what the price is. There's no recommended retail, there's no price competitiveness, there's no price comparison, nothing. The price is what they say it is. Now, none of us know how much they're paying for these coins. We don't know if they're paying 60p each, a pound, we don't know. But what we do know is that there is no one in the world that can compete with them. I've searched, exhaustively searched, and I cannot find anyone else anywhere in the world that sells the same product as them at the same or a cheaper price. No one. So that means they're the only people. They're the only people getting that deal. And that's wrong. So we want to sue for unfair business practices, and we want to sue to get the playing field level, because it's not a level playing field. And as I've always said, if we can buy the same product that they buy at the same price as them, then we will sell it cheaper to you. So that's where doing this on a investment thing comes in, because it's you that pays for it, but it's you that benefits. You benefit if we win two ways. You benefit because you get a return on your money, and you'll also benefit because it means that the product will come down in price. All of the products will come down in price. Every single product you can think of buying, or that Change Checker and Westminster Collection can buy from the mint, then we would at that point be able to buy also, and we would be able to buy the same product of the same quality. Now apparently the coins that they sell are of less quality than the packaged coins. That's what the Royal Mint tell me. It's a completely different product, and it is a different quality. But they're still sold as BU coins. They're not sold as a lower quality coin, they're sold as BU coins. So somebody somewhere is not telling the truth. Either the mint ain't telling the truth, or they ain't telling the truth, one or the other. So there we are. So I'm ready to go for that. I'm also, now we're looking for a solicitor. What would be great is if one of you, because I know one of you's a judge, and we've got all sorts of customers. I mean, there's 10,000 of you out there, and I know one of you's a judge because I've spoken to you. Hello, Judge. But is one of you a solicitor? Is one of you a litigation lawyer? Because what we need is, we don't just need a solicitor who I've got to explain all of this to and explain the whole coin business to. No, what we need is, we need a solicitor that collects coins. Because a solicitor that collects coins automatically knows what I'm going to tell him. He's going to know and understand what I'm talking about, instead of talking across the desk from someone who doesn't really understand what BU is, and what this is, and what that is, and what everything else is. Whereas a coin collector who's a solicitor will know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you're a solicitor and you want this case, get in touch. Otherwise, I've got to look for one. And I'm not going to look for one until we've got 10 grand in the bin. Now, I've set aside a savings account specially for this, and so any money that comes in is going to go into that savings account. And then every week, or every other week, or whatever, in the videos, I'll update you, and I'll let you know how it's going. I'll let you know how much is in the account, what we've got so far, and I'll certainly let you know once we've gone to see a solicitor and so on. But once we've got 10 grand in the account, then I'm going to go and see a solicitor, because I know that the first thing a solicitor is going to say to me after he's listened to the story is, if you want to take this further, I'm going to need X off you. And that figure's going to be 10 grand. So I might as well be ready to pull 10 grand out of my pocket and go, there you go, Mr. Solicitor. There's 10 grand on account. Now let's get the action going and let's get the ball rolling. And to do that, I've put up a listing. So if you go to the left of your top left of your screen and you see the investments category, click on that, and you'll see 4 listings. There's the investment one, there's one investment one for coins, and there's one that tells you not to buy it unless you've been directed there. And then there's another one, there's a 4th one I've just put up that's got our logo as the picture. And that one is about suing them in, and it's priced at 25 quid. So you can buy as many, as little, or as much as you want. You can buy 5 grand's worth, you can buy just one for 25 quid. It's entirely up to you. You just buy multiples of it. So if you want to spend if you want to spend £250, then your quantity is 10. 25 quid times 10, 250 quid, for example. If you want to spend 2.5 grand, then the quantity is 100. What do you get? What I'm going to offer you is, I'm offering you 3 times your money. That's a starting point, 3 times your money. So you put in 100 quid, you get 300 quid back, if we win. Now we have to win for you to get a cash payout. If we win, then the compensation is going to be huge, because we will be putting in for loss of profits, loss of earnings and all the rest of it for months and months and months. And when you get the likes of Change Checker being able to sell 10,000 coins in 48 hours and that kind of thing, we would be able to do the same if we had the price the same as what they get it, and we could buy the same product. So if we win, the compensation, the payout's going to be huge. So you're going to get a minimum, you might get more, but you're going to get a minimum of 3 times your money. Now what if we lose? If we lose, I will give everybody 3 times their money, but I'll give it to you in reward points, because by that time I'll be a bit skint, because we'll have used the money that's come in for the court case, and there won't be that left over, and I'll have a bill to pay, and it's now raining, so I'll have a bill to pay, so there won't be the money to give you a return like an investment return. So you won't get any money back. What you'll get is you'll get 3 times your money in points, and I will painstakingly go through every single one that we get and give the points back one by one by one by one. So that's what I'm going to do if we lose. So if we lose, you still don't lose. That's the key. You, the customer, don't lose. It's just whether or not you want to join in with this. And I'm going to try and make it as easy and enjoyable, maybe even. You know, all right, it's quite a serious thing, suing people, but you know, let's have a bit of fun with it as well. So whatever you put in, I'll give you 3 times your money back if we lose. If we win, you're going to get 3 times your money back in cash, and maybe more. Because you know, if the payout, depending on how big the payout is, you might get 4 times your money, 5 times your money. You might even get 10 times your money. I don't know. You know, I don't know what. I've never sued anybody before, so I don't know what the kind of payout is that we could get. But I do know it will be huge, because it will run into the tens, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds for the money that we could have made, or whatever that we didn't make. I've got to come in, and it was raining. So, so in short, if we sue them and we win, you get your money back 3 times over, maybe more, 4, 5, whatever. But I'll guarantee you a minimum 3. And if we lose, you get your money back 3 times over in points, which you can spend on coins at your leisure. Hopefully not all in one day. And if we collect money in and we don't end up using it, then that money will be given back to all the customers. They'll be given a choice: do they want it in points or do they want the cash back? But that's what will happen to it. It'll go back. We'll know, because it'll all be in one account. If I start to see those 25 quids come rolling in, I know that you're of the same opinion as Mo, and the same opinion as me, and that'll be fun. I will enjoy that. If on the other hand I don't see any coming in, then that's going to be a clear message to me, telling me that you know, you don't think the same as Mo, you don't think the same as me, and we'll know. But I'm hoping that you like it, and I'm hoping that you come and join it, and the 25 quids do come rolling in, and then I'll know that this is what we need to do, and hopefully we'll win, and hopefully we'll all get a return, and then when the dust settles, hopefully we can get the coins to you ongoing for years to come at the right price, at a competitive price. Let's have someone competing with these people for a change. I've already started, and I am competing with them now. There's packaged coins that we're selling cheaper than they are, but I can only do that if I keep buying by the 1,000. So anyway, let's see what happens, and let's hope that you like the idea. Leave a comment, maybe even a review as your comment on the listing page.